Now, Kellyanne Conway has an interesting defense of Sean Spicer, who was the White House press secretary, and his provably false claims about the Trump inauguration crowd size, which admittedly, look, the crowd size wasn't bad. It was a pretty decent turnout, especially considering that right now he's the most unpopular incoming president we've ever had. I mean, a lot of different polls put his approval rating at 37% to 44%. That's bad. He hasn't even done anything yet. Well, he's done a couple of things, and they've been pretty bad. But he's also done one good thing, at least, and he decided to withdraw from TPP. Hey, congratulations. That's great. I'm in favor of that. But some of the other stuff, not so great. But my point is, he hasn't really done a whole lot in the time frame to warrant such a low approval rating. But anyway, back to Kellyanne Conway. Now, she was on NBC's Meet the Press with Chuck Todd. Now, Chuck Todd is somebody that I don't normally give any credit to, because I think he's basically Republican-like. But in this case, surprisingly enough, the guy actually tried to do his job and sort of hold Sean Spicer kind of accountable, which led to this interesting exchange. Let's take a look.
Excuse me, it does not excuse, and you did not answer the question.
I did answer your question.
No, you did not. You did not answer the question of why the president asked the White House press secretary to come out in front of the podium for the first time and utter a falsehood. Why did he do that? It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day one.
Don't be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point remains.
Wait a minute. Alternative facts? Alternative facts. 4 of the 5 facts he uttered. The one thing he got right was Zeke Miller. 4 of the 5 facts he uttered were just not true. Look, alternative facts are not facts. They're falsehoods.
I'm going to stop there. No, they're not just falsehoods. They're straight up lies. Alternative facts are not facts. Repeat after me. Alternative facts are not facts. They're lies. They're lies. But see, look, this is what they've done, right? And I've noticed this with Donald Trump, and I've noticed this with Kellyanne Conway. I've noticed this. Basically, what they do is that they'll lie about something, get challenged, and then they'll be like, they'll go into something completely different. They will do this massive, massive deflection. And I can't be the only one who has ever noticed this, right? But when it comes to alternative facts, see, I'm gonna try something interesting here. I'm going to start putting out some alternative facts, and I'm gonna help the GOP out because there are some things that maybe need a little bit of rebranding. Now, for example, tax cuts for the rich, deeply, deeply unpopular with most of the American people. Most of the American people think the rich don't need to pay less taxes. They either should pay the same they do now and close the loopholes, or they should pay a little bit more. That's a position held by a majority of the American people. Now, again, tax cuts for the rich, unpopular. So, alternative facts. Let's call tax cuts for the rich alternative revenue. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so again, most Americans are in favor of Roe v. Wade. Now, Donald Trump and the Republicans, they want to get rid of Roe v. Wade. They want to make it so that abortion is illegal. Well, that's not a popular position either. So how about we call it, instead of banning abortion, call it alternative abortion. Well, somebody gets pregnant? Well, that's okay. They can have an alternative abortion, which just means they're forced to have their baby. Again, this is fun. So how about getting rid of the ACA? Getting rid of healthcare, getting rid of Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff. Well, let's just call that alternative healthcare. See how easy this is? This is great. Just think of the opposite of something, or something that is the opposite of something else. You slap the label alternative on it, and then you too can be just like Kellyanne Conway. Look, so seriously though, she's actually going to go in, and I talked about this massive deflection. This is what they do. And of course, that's exactly what she does. And I've got the video. Let's take a look.
Chuck, do you think it's a fact or not that millions of people have lost their plans, their health insurance, and their doctors under President Obama? Do you think it's a fact that everything we heard from these women yesterday happened on the watch of Barack Obama? He was president for 8 years. Donald Trump's been here for about 8 hours. Do you think it's a fact that millions of women, 16.1 million women, as I stand here before you today, are in poverty along with their kids? Do you think it's a fact that millions don't have health care? Do you think it's a fact that we spent billions of dollars on education in the last 8 years only to have millions of kids still stuck in schools that fail them every single day? These are the facts that I want the press corps to cover, and this is why I'm here at the White House.
I understand
to
this.
change
what I don't
awful
understand
numbers
is
like that.
That is not what yesterday was about. So you
Yes,
have not
it is.
answered the question. You did not answer the
It's
question.
what this presidency is going to be about.
You sent the press secretary out there to utter a falsehood on the smallest, pettiest thing.
Maybe this is me as a pollster, Chuck, and you know data well. I don't think you can prove those numbers one way or the other. There's no way to really quantify crowds. We all know that. You can laugh at me all you want, but I'm
not
very
laughing.
glad.
I'm
Look,
just
Chuck,
befuddled.
well, but you are, and I think it's actually symbolic of the way we're treated by the press. The way that you just laughed at me is actually symbolic of the way, very representative of the way we're treated by the press.
Oh my God. So not only did she just do a massive deflection, then she turned it around. She spun it around and made herself the victim. I can't believe this is the way the press treats us. After she just defended a lie and said, don't worry, lies aren't lies. They're alternative facts. She's the victim. Now she's the victim. This is amazing. And the other amazing thing about this is that there are going to be people who support Trump, and they're going to sit there and they're going to watch this and they're say, yeah, how dare you treat Kellyanne Conway and Donald Trump this way? Fake news. Fake news. Oh. And look, don't get me wrong. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know I've got a huge problem with corporate media. And I don't like having to sit there and defend Chuck Todd, which I've had to attack before because he didn't do his job. This time, he actually kind of did his job. A little bit. And so it's sad when I actually have to give him credit for asking questions and doing some follow-up. But again, that's my problem with the corporate media. But come on, dude. Alternative facts. You said this on live TV in front of millions of people. Alternative facts. And then you have the deflection, and then you have the victimhood. Oh, I'm such a victim. The media's they're so unfair, but I'm such a bigger person that I'm just going to let it go. It's almost as if this is some sort of predetermined strategy in order to take down the credibility of the media. And the sad thing is, this actually might be working. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.